the theme is confidence, so building confidence. And so we'll have some journaling prompts to guide us through that theme as well. As you will have just seen, I am recording the session for those who like to do it in their own time or who can't be here this morning. So just be aware of that, as I will invite you to share some reflections and your thoughts or your prompts on your writing. So I'm never asking you to share content of what you've written, but it's more about your own reflection of what's come up for you in the writing. Was that tricky? Did you find that easy? What have you noticed from what you've written? But please be aware this is being recorded as well. There's no pressure to share anything that you really don't want to. Journaling is your time, and it works best when we don't have self-consciousness, when we know that we're just doing this for our own eyes, for our own practice. So we're going to start this morning by some wild writing. Freestyle writing technique where there are no rules, you have a blank page, and you just write whatever comes to mind. You may be familiar with Julia Cameron's The Morning Pages, which is very similar, where she invites you to write down every morning 3 pages, just stream of consciousness onto the page. That's where we're going to start. I particularly find this practice just so useful in so many ways when I'm feeling particularly overwhelmed or a bit of a frazzled mind. Often I turn to this technique first thing in the morning, before I start the day, perhaps when there's lots of pressure on your day, not sure what to do, where to start. This just helps get all of that down and create space then to start the day. So we're going to do 5 minutes together of this practice now, and I will call us back together in 5 minutes' time. So just make yourself comfortable, grab your pen, and this is where we're going to start. What is on your mind today? And feel free to write down whatever is coming up for you now. And I will see you in 5 minutes. And that is our 5 minutes of wild writing. So inviting you to come back into this space as and when you feel ready. You come to the end of your sentence, paragraph or bullet point, or maybe some doodling that you've been doing there this morning. How was that for you? What have you noticed? Is anything different now than it was 5 minutes ago? Do you enjoy the music sometimes as well? Thank you, Donna, for noticing that. I sometimes feel that can bring a different dimension to your writing, depending on what you're listening to. I felt that was very calm and intuitive and fluid. And I picked that out of my writing as well today. And sometimes your wild writing may form a list, a to-do list. It may just be an absolute barrage of things to do or worries or stresses that comes out onto the page. Maybe some of those you didn't realize you were carrying in your mind. Perhaps some of them you were very aware of. Maybe you had been thinking about things in the night. And just getting them out onto the page can sometimes make us feel lighter, less worried. There's something about actually using a pen and paper that can help slow the process of our thoughts. We can't write as fast as we sometimes think and ruminate. So it can actually provide a way to slow down that mental processing. Izzy, thank you for sharing. You already feel calmer and more compassionate towards yourself. How lovely, and what a nice way to begin the day. And just by taking that 5 minutes, you have instigated calm and compassion. And I often find that sometimes with journaling, that we become our own coach through the journaling ourselves. Because we're slowing down, we might ask ourselves a question, or we might be able to reframe some negative narrative, or to see our writing on the page, and it somehow creates a distance between what we're thinking and how we're feeling, and we're able to connect sometimes with that more compassionate side. So thank you for sharing that. We are going to move into some journaling prompts. And for that, we are thinking about the subject of confidence today. A big subject, something that many people come to the coaching space to think about, or to get more of, want to feel more confident in certain situations, and so often want practical tools and tips as to how to build confidence. But I like to share that confidence is an inside job. The true meaning of the term confidence derives from the Latin term confidare, which means to trust within, to trust ourselves. And so sometimes if we are grappling with confidence, we want more confidence, and we want to appear more confident, feel more confident, we need to start by going inwards and thinking about, what does that mean to me? What am I chasing? What do I want? What impacts my confidence? Context, environment are vital when it comes to feeling confident. Who are you with? Where are you? What are you doing? And sometimes the answers for gaining confidence can be found just by reflecting simply on what confidence means to you, or times when you have felt confident and what was going on there. And are there clues there as to then what helps you feel more confident? And could you apply those to different areas of your life? So I've got several prompts that I'm going to pop up on the screen. And we're going to have a minute or so on each of the prompts. So we do move through them quite quickly. If you ever feel that a prompt doesn't connect with you, or you want to continue writing for longer on the current prompt, please do that. Do whatever's right for you. Don't feel like you have to fast forward just because I'm sharing the next prompt. Or perhaps something's come up in your while writing that actually has really stuck with you and you think you'd like to explore deeper. So feel free to use this time for that if that is more helpful for you. Prompts give us that opportunity to go a bit deeper, to explore something, and maybe to gain new perspective. So I'll be really interested to hear more about what comes up for you through these prompts. So we're going to start here with this first prompt, really asking you to think about what comes to mind when you hear that term or that word, confidence. We'll come back in a minute. And secondly, if you knew or believed that your true confidence came from within you, how would that change your relationship with confidence today? And thirdly, I'd like you to think about someone who inspires you and the qualities in them that you particularly admire. And how might you cultivate one or some of those qualities within yourself? Next up, I invite you to think of a moment in the past where you felt that true, authentic confidence, whatever that means to you. I'd like you to think about what enabled you to feel confident in that moment. And then I next up invite you to think of your younger self, any age that you want to think about. What would you share with that version of yourself now about confidence, being more confident? And finally, if you were to take that advice now, if you were to listen to that advice that you just shared, what would that enable you to do? So bringing you back, if you do have more time and you can stay here writing, oh, I would very much encourage you to do that if you have the space and the time. What a lovely way to start our day. Wouldn't it be great to start every day this way? I feel so much calmer and connected to myself now, just after that short journaling time. Any brief reflections, please feel free to share them in the chat. I love what Donna shared here, that prompted you to share with your older self the confidence that your younger self gave you, and it is still there. And how lovely to acknowledge that through your writing, and just noticing that's what our writing gives us, those new perspectives. Maybe we wouldn't have thought of that without this opportunity to journal with ourselves. So thank you all so much for sharing your time with me and with this community. It's so, so special. I do think there is something really powerful about just taking this time and being together in this quiet, calm space. How often do we allow ourselves to do that? Next month, we are gathering on the 2nd of June. Can't remember what the theme is, but it will be something new for us to explore together. And I've just popped the link in the chat there if anybody wants to book their place on the session. So it's 8:30, half an hour spending our time together. I'd just like to say thank you for your energy and your time and for being here today. I wish you take whatever you've learned today about yourself into the rest of your day to ponder, to reflect, and give yourself some extra space to do that. I hope to see you all next time, but if not, I hope to see you again soon. So take care and I'll see you soon. Thanks, everybody. Thank you. Thanks for your words.